All right, Coach, we know that you had a busy but productive offseason, the gold medal. You threw out a first pitch at Fenway Park, is that right?
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
How'd it go, strike?
Little outside, but had some zip on it. So
it reached home plate.
It did.
You didn't
reach
bounce
home plate.
Okay,
I was happy with the pitch. That was fun. That was really a dream come true.
So going into the second year in this role, you've been a head coach before at different levels, but with the Sharks, as a head coach now for the second season, doesn't it make it a little bit easier to come into this building, kind of know what to expect, and kind of have your understandings about things already?
Yeah, for sure. Again, more comfortable,
right.
I would say, is the biggest thing. And the second biggest thing is the players kind of know me.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's some new players, but for the guys that were here last year, Toffoli, the Ferraros, the Gaudreaus, they know what my expectations are. They know how I run practice. They know what my video sessions look like. So they know what they're getting into too as well. So, I think that's really important for us. Same staff coming back, I think, is important. We can start building this thing. Obviously, that's something that's very important that we need to get going here and start winning some hockey games. So I think all those things, and again, you just being more comfortable would be the biggest thing.
Your group's had decisions to make before camp. You'll have decisions to make during camp. You'll have decisions to make at the end of camp and even early in the season, maybe with some players and what to do with them. How does your team, your group, go about making decisions? I realize they're not all the same, but what are the conversations like, and how does that process go?
Yeah, well, through training camp, we'll meet with Mike and his staff, the coaches and myself, every day, right after the training camp practices and scrimmages, and kind of rate the players and go through them and what we're seeing, what we're not seeing, the expectations and whatnot. So those conversations happen usually, after the skates, and then usually in the morning as well. And then as we get going, we'll start making some tough decisions. But that's the nature of this business, and we got to put the best team on the ice that we believe that can help us win hockey games, and that's what we'll do.
I rarely ever want to make it this personal or this individual, but I got to know, have you talked to Ryan Reeves yet? Like, do you tell him what his role is? Does he kind of know? How does that even go?
Yeah, we've had a few discussions now, and really, I'm getting to know him a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't. He knows he's been around a long time. I think he knows his role pretty well. So
of course,
I don't need to spell that out very too much. He is going to be an important piece of our team.
Right.
And that will be. That talk will be in place, and but we've had getting to know him as a man and as a husband and a father was more important right now. And then as we get going, the roles will kind of carve themselves out.
There's been a lot of players that were hard to play against for the Sharks, and then when they became a Shark, it's a totally different feeling.
Oh, yeah.
You like having them in your room. I think that's going to be the case for Ryan. Pretty competitive camp. It seems like it might shape up to be that way. It's a difficult problem, but like we were saying about the decision-making process, you want that, right? You want at the end of the day to have tough decisions to make.
Yeah, Mike and I talked about it really at the rookie tournament and watching those games was we now have internal competition.
Yeah.
We now have guys trying to beat out a veteran for a spot. We now have a veteran trying to hold a spot. We now have a young kid coming in like a Michael Meeson, Dickinson that are really ready to crack an NHL roster. We may have a guy that surprises us that was in the American League last year, like Gushin did last season in training camp. But we now have more internal competition than we ever had before. So that's when you really start making gains as an organization, and that's what we're really excited about.
I think the term bubble player in the past and with different teams may have been a knock to some degree, or you don't know where somebody belongs. I think in this case, the players are so young, and you don't know how really they're going to come back and look and how things are going to play out. That's why there's a lot of bubble players. I feel like here.
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, we're looking for the most competitive players.
Yeah.
We're looking for the guys that have attention to detail, that play with winning habits at the end of the day, and they're well conditioned and they do what the coaches asked and the organization's asked, and we have to start setting their standard and holding each other accountable. So all those things, we're looking for guys that are kind of all in, invested in what we're trying to do here. And if you're not, you won't be here. And that's what's kind of happened here the last couple seasons, and in this off season, we believe that we made the right decisions to get the guys that we need, and the guys that we didn't think fit, you get them to move on.
I don't want to go down the road of naming names, but obviously there's a captain situation here. Maybe you have one, maybe you don't. Maybe you've got varied amounts of different alternatives. Is picking a captain important to this team or to any hockey team, or is that a procedural thing that everybody needs to see and have? Is that a big deal or not?
Yeah, it's a very big deal. It's because when you put a C on someone's jersey, you're not just the captain of the hockey team. You're really representing the organization,
Right.
representing the community, representing the fans. You have to, you're involved in a lot of aspects of some decisions. You're involved in, really we're having a lot of responsibility for the team and how they conduct themselves on and off the ice. So there's a lot of responsibility that comes with that. We've had a lot of conversations, Mike and I, about where we see the leadership group going and how we see it playing out. And we'll continue to talk here in the next few days and into the next week and make some decisions. But we have a pretty good feel of what it should look like.
Two more things, and they both actually involve like infrastructure, weird enough.
Yeah.
This place, Sharks Ice, your kind of home base and your headquarters, it got a significant upgrade in the offseason. Looks a lot different downstairs, a lot of different rooms and spaces. That's important. I know that, players are accustomed to, a top level of things, but it's nice to have a home that you're proud of.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that's the biggest thing is we're taking steps in the right direction with our players and getting talent in here and getting some character. And now we've upgraded our facility and state of the art. It's a beautiful. They did a beautiful job of like you said, the locker room, the spaces, the training facility. Everything. There's no excuses now of why you can't be at the facility a little bit longer at times. So we're obviously very excited about what we've done and what the organization's done here this summer.
And lastly, within the last month that the city of San Jose, the Sharks, a new lease, but also huge upgrades to SAP Center, which you're going to get those type of same amenities over at the Tank eventually. Yeah. It's just got to be reassuring to kind of see the big picture of all this. You've got your team, that's what you worry about, but to know that everything is kind of coming together here.
Yeah, for sure.
Feels good, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's just, again, you can see the future of the players, and now we can see the future of the Tank being full again and really getting the upgrades it needs and putting the facelift on it. So now fans that have kind of been through 5 tough years here, 6 years of some tough hockey, they can be proud of a team and they can leave our building when we win a hockey game and be damn proud of the product that they saw and they can be happy with and be comfortable watching the game in a new nice upgraded arena and hopefully they can go downtown and have a couple of cold beverages and be in a great Saturday night and enjoy themselves.
I can't wait for things to be back, and you'll know it when you see it. Trust me, there's nothing like it. Warsaw, I appreciate this.
Yeah, thank you very much.